Hello, it's your girl Donnetriareed, and I am back with another video. Today, I wanted to chime in and talk a little bit about self-employment. Entrepreneurship is a beautiful thing, and it's a word that we always hear and people throw around a lot, but a lot of times everybody doesn't know exactly what it entails and what it exactly means. So, entrepreneurship basically means being in business for yourself and not working for anyone else. So I am a licensed nail technician. I have been licensed for 19 years. I'm all natural. I've never done acrylic nails. I decided early in the game that I would be all natural just because it's my lifestyle. So it kind of fit better into what I do on my everyday. So I felt like that would work for the type of business that I wanted to do and the type of customers that I wanted to serve. And being in business for yourself is not easy. It's definitely not an easy task, but I encourage people to still go for it. Why? Because the same energy that we put into working for someone else, we could put into our own business. And we could get great results. First of all, one being is that you make your own schedule. And it's like an ongoing joke that, the first 5 years that you're in business, what I've been told, you're going to be in the hole, because you're constantly putting that money, you're supposed to be putting that money back into your business. So, it's kind of like an ongoing thing saying, I quit my 9 to 5 to work 24 hours a day. But there's so much flexibility in that. And even with that being said, those 24 hours you're putting into yourself. It's like you're investing back into yourself. So it's a big difference from going and putting in 8 hours at a job and investing in them, marketing for them, making sales for them, thousands, millions eventually for them, and getting a small percentage of that compared to working for yourself, making your own prices, deciding where you're going to buy your products, where you're going to get this, get that, how you're going to buy it, and knowing, this is something that you learn in business, that the more you purchase, buying in bulk, you can get better prices. So if you're able to store stuff, then you can get your products or whatever it is that you're using or reselling at a great price the more you buy it. Because if you buy it in bulk, you get it cheaper, right? So you learn these things in business. And it's crazy because I worked so many jobs over the years. And I needed that. I needed that to learn about how I ticked, what I did and did not want in my life and in my career. And it also teaches me how to be a boss. Not just how to be a boss, but how to run a business, how to treat people, because I know exactly how I didn't like to be treated. So I know having employees now, once I do get employees, because I'm still very small, but I am at a point where I'm about to start having to hire people. And I just know that there was jobs that I will never forget because they went above and beyond to make sure that we had lunch every week, or you know what I'm saying, that they made sure that they were inspiring us, whether it was a quote of the day or, just uplifting their employees with positive words. So I think that's very important, and that's something I've taken out of those years that I put into working for someone else. You take bits and pieces with you, from every job, and you build, your own empire from that. So I'm also a writer, and I'm a self-published writer. So being a self-published writer is a lot harder because no one's knocking at your door like, let me publish you. But I went that route because I felt like it was important for me to be able to express my feelings the way that I wanted to express them. And I didn't want anybody saying, well, no, you can't say this, or no, we don't like this. because I knew there was going to be some touchy subjects that I was going to talk about that someone was not going to approve of. But I also know that it needs to be said, and it needs to be heard as well. So I made the decision to self-publish so I would have full control. And with that comes my own marketing. It comes my own promoting. It comes me pushing me on the level that I just don't know how, honestly. I know how to write. But to push myself and to promote myself and to learn how to get my books out there and get my books in the right hand, it's a struggle. It's a definite struggle. I'm still learning how, and I published my first book in 1997. But every day that I am, that I'm given life again, I'm given another chance to do something different with it, to promote it in another way, or to just reflect. If it's just me reflecting back on when I first started, or when I got that first book and I battled with this company, and it was weird because they were running this special and I thought that, this was this and this was that, and that I was getting the best deal of a lifetime. And my mama told me something one time, and she was like, if it seems too good to be true, it is. And that's some things we just have to take for what it is. So I learned my lesson with that, and moved on. And I've learned and gained a lot. I've gained a lot of experience in not just being a nail technician as a Black female in Dallas, Texas, but being an author, or telling someone, oh yeah, these are my books, and they looking at you like, what? Who wrote these? Like, and they'll ask you 3 times, did you say you did this? So it's amazing how amazed people can be when you start to express some of the things that you've accomplished, and they're like, no way, no way, like, not you, And I know I look like a big kid. I'm far from a kid, and I appreciate anytime that someone's telling me that I look young, because I tell my kids that that's a compliment. Don't ever get mad that, someone's IDing you or something. But once you get in your 40s and over, and somebody's like, you want to see my ID? Oh, okay. Let me. And you smiling from cheek to cheek, because it's a compliment. It's a compliment that you think that I'm under 21, or that you're doubting it. But, you also are in places sometimes when it's just their job, and it is what it is. But anyway, just a little talk on self-employment, and that it does take a lot, but there's a lot that comes with it. I am so far from where I want to be, but I am so far from where I used to be. And so every day that I wake up and reflect back on when I first began, and how I struggle with this and struggle with that, and I look at it now and I'm like, gosh, I've come a long way. I've come such a long way. And this mobile spa bar that I have, I'm honored to be able to pamper my people, and pamper people who've had surgery, and pamper people who are elderly, like my elders. Like, it's a beautiful thing to me to be able to find my lane finally, and not to have to feel like I'm being pushed up against, well, what do you think about this, and what do you think about that? And it's nothing about that. It's about what I'm doing about this. And what I'm doing about it is I'm busting my butt to make sure that I have happy customers, and that at the end of the day, that somebody's smiling, and that makes me smile. So I now know that my true purpose is to make people happy. And that's through my business as a mobile spa nail technician, and that's through my books as well. I feel like I can heal from the mind, the body, and the soul, and it's nothing wrong with it, and I am Black, and I am a woman, and I am doing it all by myself, and it's okay. It's okay. And for those who doubt you, or those who question when you ask them, well, what do you think about this, and what do you think about that? Don't let that get you down, or don't let that stop you, because a lot of times people just don't know how to guide you, because they don't know how to guide themselves. So I learned a lot about getting advice from just anybody. That's something I don't do anymore. And I learned that, when I'm looking for something in the realm of entrepreneurship or small businesses, then I go to someone in that area. And they're better at giving me advice on it because they have experience in it. So I no longer get mad or get frustrated because I'm around people who don't understand that I have this big, 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 big dream, and I don't want to just stop here. I want to do this and do that and do, and while I'm doing this, I'm trying to book me a flight so I can step out for a minute, because my mental is so important that none of this is ever going to get me to a point where I'm so overwhelmed that I can't think straight. I'm going to take time for me. That's one thing that I have learned since my kids have moved out, meaning all my kids are adults, and I have learned to find myself, to see how Donetria ticks, to see what makes me happy, what makes me sad, what makes me in between, what, all of that and above. And I'm loving every aspect of it. One thing I always wanted to do was travel, and I couldn't afford to do it when my kids were little. So that's one of my biggest goals, is at least 3 times a year to get the hell up out of here and go somewhere. And I don't care if I drive to the border of Texas and Oklahoma, baby. I'm doing a staycation in somebody's cabin somewhere. So I advise you to get it how you live. You only live once. And one thing we can do is we can talk a lot about what we're going to do. When you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Because that's one thing that I can say, that when I speak it, guess what? I need to be finding ways to make it happen. Why? Because I don't know what tomorrow going to bring. I don't know if I'm going to make it here. I do know these videos will be here. My books will be here. I'm going to leave a legacy behind with these businesses that I've created. And that's what I want. I want people, young girls that look like me, or, even if they don't look like me, I don't care what color your skin is. If you have a dream and you need to be motivated, and you've come across anything that I've done, I hope that I can motivate you. I hope that I can put a smile on your face. I hope that I could change your day in some kind of way to make you think outside of the box, because that's what it's all about. It's not about following trends and doing what everybody else is doing. I've never been that type. I've always been like, well, they going right, I'm going to go left. Because I never understood. And I guess because I never was able to fit in the box. So I didn't understand the people that was in the box. All I knew is that I'm out here. Most likely I'm by myself, or it's a few of us, because everybody is not going to blend. And there was a point when I wanted to so bad. And then once I got a taste of what it was, and I was like, wait, is this what I asked for? And I had to check myself and go back to the drawing board, because that's not what I want. I don't want to blend. I'm happy being this unique, awesome, amazing person that I am. And I'm unique in my own way, and I love it. And I've created 2 businesses that I feel like will leave a legacy behind for my 3 daughters and my 6 grandchildren and my 1 on the way. And I just hope to, inspire, motivate, educate somebody, everybody if possible. And I know that you can't always inspire everybody. So the thing is, if I'm speaking and I reach one person in that crowd, that's all that matters. Is that somebody is touched, that somebody goes home and has hope, and that has a belief outside of what they were thinking previous. That they feel like, well, maybe I should try this, or maybe I should just push myself that one step further to do something different. That's what it's all about. It's about trying it, because there's a lot of things we're going to try that we're not good at. Like, this is not my first business, adventure. I've tried a lot of stuff that didn't work. And I got people that probably wouldn't even answer if I called them today, because I was so excited about it. I wanted them to try it too. And we all lost out. And, whether it was the pyramid this or the, we all got into the Amways and the this and the that to just to feed our family, or just to pay our bills, or just to see light on the other side. And it didn't work. But you got to go back to that drawing board and keep trying. You got to know that there's a way, and you have to know that most of it is wrapped up in whatever your talents are. You were given those talents for a reason. So bask in them. You can make a business out of what you love, and that's the beautiful thing about it. I'm going to let you go because it's been a minute. But think about it. What is it that you love doing and that you would do for free? Because that's what they say. I heard that when I was little. It's like, what would I do for free? I don't know. While I'm cutting out poems and taping people's quotes to my walls because they were so inspiring. That's what I would do for free. I would inspire people. I would write. I would share. I would encourage, and in any way that I could make somebody feel good, whether it's washing their feet or painting their nails, I do it. Yeah. What is it that you would do? Think about that one. You have a good one.